While I was cleaning my sister's room, I found an unlocked phone. My mom had written, "Make sure to mix this in his tea, and then the money will be ours." I got furious and called the police. I had dedicated years of effort to build the life I had. By 27, I owned a house, a car with no payments, and had zero debt. I wasn't born into privilege. I achieved it through discipline. I studied finance, secured a well-paying job, saved aggressively, and avoided frivolous spending. My sister, Diana, and her husband, Leo, were the complete opposite. They were stuck in a cycle of instability, jumping between jobs, drowning in debt, and blaming the world for their problems. 4 months earlier, Diana had called me, sobbing, saying they'd been evicted and had nowhere to go. Against my better judgment, I let them stay with me, thinking it would only be temporary. From the moment they moved in, my home no longer felt like mine. Dishes were left dirty, their belongings cluttered every corner, and Leo treated my living room like his personal entertainment zone. Diana invited friends over without asking and helped herself to my things. Then, items started disappearing. A new bottle of aftershave, my favorite sunglasses, a watch gifted by my father. The emergency cash I kept in the kitchen began to dwindle. I told myself I was imagining it, but deep down, I knew something was wrong. One day, fed up with the mess, I decided to clean their room. Amidst the chaos, clothes everywhere, food wrappers on the floor, I noticed a phone on the nightstand. It wasn't Diana's or Leo's. Curious, I picked it up. The screen lit up, no password. I didn't intend to snoop, but when I opened the messages, my heart stopped. The latest text was from Mom. "Make sure to mix this in his tea, and then the money is ours." I read it again, my hands trembling. The previous message said, "He needs to drink all of it. Don't fail." My mind raced. The only him here was me. I drank tea every night, a ritual Diana had recently taken over. Had they been drugging me? The sudden fatigue I'd felt after her tea made sense now. I called the police, but without solid evidence, they couldn't act. Frustrated, I packed Diana and Leo's things and demanded they leave. When they returned, I confronted them with the texts. They played innocent, but Diana's smirk and Leo's shifting eyes gave them away. "You'll regret this," Diana warned before walking out. The next morning, my bank account was emptied. $4,500 transferred, $2,000 withdrawn. My email was hacked. The bank confirmed fraud, and the transactions led back to Diana. I tracked them to a hotel where I found them surrounded by expensive gadgets and alcohol, all bought with my money. A heated fight broke out. Leo admitted they had planned to make me sick to gain control of my assets. I took back what I could and threw them out for good. The bank's investigation exposed Diana. She was arrested and sentenced to prison. Leo fled before he could be charged. My mother, revealed as an accomplice, tried framing me with false claims, only to be caught in her own fraud scheme. In court, they stared at me with hatred, as if I were the one who betrayed them. That day, I walked away for good. Family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's just a lesson in trust and betrayal. With Diana in prison and Leo on the run, I thought the nightmare was finally over. I changed all my passwords, installed security cameras, and even got a restraining order against my mother. For the first time in months, I could breathe easy in my own home. But people like them don't disappear quietly. 3 months after the trial, anonymous calls started coming at odd hours. Heavy breathing on the line, then silence. My social media was flooded with fake accounts posting lies about me. Then came the letters, typed, unsigned, filled with threats. "You took everything from us. Now we'll take everything from you." The police traced the calls to burner phones. The letters had no fingerprints. Whoever was doing this was careful. I came home one night to find my back door forced open. Nothing was stolen, but someone had gone through my files. My financial documents were scattered, my safe left open, though thankfully empty. Most chilling of all, a single teacup sat on my kitchen table, the dregs of tea leaves still visible at the bottom. A message couldn't be clearer. I knew it had to be Leo. The police had no leads, so I took matters into my own hands. Using an old contact, I tracked Leo to a rundown motel on the outskirts of town. When I kicked open the door, he was alone, unshaven, desperate looking, but with that same arrogant smirk. "Miss me, brother," he sneered. Before he could react, I had him pinned against the wall. "The calls, the letters, the break-in. You're done." Leo laughed, a hollow sound. "You think this is just me? Diana's got friends on the inside. Mom's got nothing left to lose. This isn't over just because the police sirens cut him off. I'd recorded our entire conversation on my phone. With new evidence, Leo joined Diana in prison. My mother was investigated for conspiracy. The harassment stopped. I sold the house, too many bad memories, moved to a new city, changed my name. Sometimes at night I still check the locks twice, still hesitate before drinking tea. But I sleep better now, because the truth about family? Sometimes the only way to win is to walk away. The new city smelled like rain and fresh starts. I rented a high-rise apartment with a view that stretched for miles, no shared walls, no memories in the corners. The security system beeped reassuringly every time I entered the passcode, but 3 weeks in, the past sent a postcard. A typed letter arrived at my P.O. box, the one under my new name. "You can't hide money, we taught you that." Enclosed was a photo of my old house's front door, taken yesterday, according to the timestamp. I should have burned it. Instead, I went to the address scribbled on the back, a storage unit on the edge of town. Unit 214 smelled like mildew and bad decisions. The metal door rattled as I rolled it up. Inside, my mother, perched on a stack of boxes like a spider in its web. "You look thin," she said, lighting a cigarette. Prison food agrees with Diana, though. The boxes contained every document I'd ever owned: birth certificate, tax returns, even my third-grade report card. "Leo's out," she continued. "Early release for good behavior." She barked a laugh. "Him? Can you imagine?" I reached for my phone. She kicked over a box, sending photos scattering. Me at graduation, family vacations, all the lies we'd called memories. "Call the cops," she dared me. "I'll tell them you attacked me, again." That's when I noticed the smell. Gasoline. My mother held up a lighter. "You've got two choices," she said. "Wire $50,000 to this account by midnight, or tomorrow they'll be identifying your teeth." I stepped forward. She flicked the lighter. The explosion blew out the unit's back wall. We both went flying. I woke up handcuffed to a hospital bed. Smoke inhalation. Second-degree burns. No sign of my mother. The detective leaned against the wall. "Storage unit owner says it was rigged to blow. You're lucky a jogger saw the flames." I flexed my bandaged hands. "Check the security footage." "That's the thing," he said, tossing a melted USB drive onto my blanket. The whole system got fried. 3 days later, a nurse brought me a newspaper. Page 3 showed a burned-out car and a river. One body inside. Dental records would confirm, but we both knew. I should have felt something. Relief, guilt, anything. Instead, I drank the hospital tea in one scalding gulp. No strange aftertaste. They discharged me yesterday. The apartment's spotless. The view still takes my breath away. Sometimes I catch myself listening for the security system's beep. It always comes. If you enjoyed this story and felt the emotions behind it, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more real-life experiences and heartfelt stories. Your support means the world, and it helps us bring more content like this to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.